Hey, what is up guys, Master here, back to do another video, and today I've got an awesome game on Tournament Dust Bowl No Poker. This game is for all of you mock fans out there. This definitely is the game for people who like to see Cyborgs and Master Kane specific strategies. Most people who play Master Kane opt to play it like vanilla Nod, that's to say bike buggy, avatars, Venoms. The only thing they're missing is the flame tanks and the laser capacitor scorpion tanks. But you can play it like vanilla Nod, and yes, it is decently played like that, but in R21 several changes have been made. One notable change is the Enlightened has more health. It's a little bit more health, it's about 25% if my memory serves me correct. This was actually a long time ago since this was changed. But it makes them a significantly more viable unit and more capable of withstanding AP ammo, though not too much longer considering this matchup is versus Steel Talons Wolverine. AP ammo damage is no joke. But they are a little bit of a glass cannon, the Wolverine. They have tons of damage, the range is pretty decent too, but they just don't have any armor. And that's fine, but if you want to increase the armor of the Wolverine, there is a way of doing this. If you have your Wolverines next to foxholes, they actually will receive 40% less damage because they get additional armor, like infantry, next to buildings. Now, a little bit something weird about that is if they attack, I think they go out of cover. So it's only when they're not being attacked and when they're not attacking and they're in cover that they receive this bonus, I think. I'm not 100% certain on this, I'd have to do more testing. But yeah, early game, not much happening. I'm going for a Raider Buggy Scout just to see what is going on. And I'm going to do something pretty unorthodox in the beginning of this game. So far everything looks pretty stock standard. And you know me and my channel for being just here to showcase really weird strategies. And this video is no different. There's an EMP control center in the middle of this map. No one really captures it. As the Master Kane, I can get cybernetic leg engineers and capture that EMP control center pretty easily. My garrison clearing infantry also benefit from the cybernetic leg upgrade, the tip troopers. I'm going to try and scare back this Pitbull. I don't want it to reveal my expansion because here's where I have many options available to me. I power down my Hand of Nod. I can power it back up online and build the secret shrine. It would save me 5 seconds, so instead of selling it early on, I kept it around. And here, this is where I'm going to diverge a little bit from the normal play. Usually players would go for a 4th refinery here, but I think because I have 3 refineries and 9 harvesters, I'm going to be floating resources if I build a 4th refinery. So instead of, I'm going to delay my 4th refinery by 15 seconds and queue both a refinery and a operations center at the same time. The main advantage of the crane at this point is I can expand while building. So this third expansion of mine will be a little bit faster as a result. I'm not sure how effective cranes would be after building the second refinery. I don't think players have the resources to queue refineries while expanding at that stage, but it's worth a look at. But the main advantage is you can move your mobile construction vehicle while building at the same time. So I'm getting attacked here, and here's where the crane is going to really come in handy, because I can queue a Voice of Kane from my crane production queue, a laser turret or SAM turret from my main defense queue, and double drop Hand of Nods, which are queuing those tip troopers and Enlighten. I'm researching the cybernetic leg upgrade, that's almost researched, and this Voice of Kane, which I'm going to queue now from my crane, is going to be buffing my Enlighten significantly. It increases the rate of fire of allied infantry by 50%. So I drop down this Voice of Kane, and the radius of the EMP is insane with Enlightened squads. Really, that's the reason you build Enlightened. But in the recent community patch update, the DPS of the regular charged particle beam has been increased. Only by 10%, but still it's a notable increase, and it will take one less clip to aim down units such as APCs. So that attack was thwarted, and I think that just incentivizes players to go for enlightened buggy strategies early on. Really, it's what defines Mark of Kane, these Cyborg infantry. We really want to see more of them, rather than players teching to tier 3 without anything mid-game. Buggies need to be built for anti-aircraft. There's no other way you can kill the hammerheads. I don't recommend bikes because they get focused down too quickly by the pitbulls. The buggies have a ton of gun damage armor. Those are going to be effective against these units here. So I'm going to start queuing this charged particle beam while double queuing refineries for my expansion. But I have got my refinery a little bit sooner, I believe, than my opponent, because I opted for this crane build. I've got 2 harvesters on my 3rd, and I'm going to be researching this charged particle beam upgrade, and that's going to be really good for my enlightened squads. By the way, there is a little bit of a visual bug in this version of the patch where the raider buggy shows its stealth detection spotlight even though there are no stealth units around. It happens when it shows the spotlight, it doesn't seem to disappear. It's the only unit with such bug. I will fix this in the next version, which you can expect in about a month or so. I'm building a list of changes. Probably not going to go with any balance changes. There'll be just bug fixes and quality of life changes for the next update, as well as a few visual enhancements. But the list is growing for sure. So the Marv is out now for Senna. He's got hammerheads, pitbulls, a Marv, and I need a means of dealing with those hammerheads. The buggies just aren't quite cutting it for me, and they'll be less effective now due to the imminence of railguns for steel Talons. Well, we can presume that railguns will be the transition for him. Mammoth tanks are insane in this patch, especially versus Master Kane, where they can adaptive armor their Mammoth tanks and withstand the EMP from the enlightened squads. So it should be a bad matchup this for Master Kane. And when I scare back those hammerheads with my Venoms, and I'm gonna do a bit of a maneuver here. I know that when Senna sees his Marv being attacked, he's gonna rally his hammerheads over to the Marv, so I've already rallied my Venoms to where I think the hammerheads will go, because you can see the hammerheads now are approaching the enlightened. I intercept all but 2 of them, but unfortunately for me there are several Wolverines killing my enlightened squads, and I lost a significant chunk of my army. And now with the Marv still alive, I don't think I took that engagement very well. Venom's pretty crazy with that supercharged particle beam upgrade, able to DPS down light units such as pitbulls incredibly fast. I'm still building Venoms because I'm afraid of the hammerheads once again, and plus Venoms can deal with Wolverines, but I have to be very careful that I don't get supersonic air struck. That support power can insta-kill all my Venoms if I group them together. And considering I don't have the army now to face what Senna has, I'm going to sell my MCV, sell my tier 3, and he can't retreat from this. I'm moving in with my Enlighten, and I'm going to gamble on this being effective. There's so many Wolverines and Hammerheads still, and my infantry's getting absolutely shredded. You can see there's also a slingshot or 2 dealing with my Venoms. The Venoms will be forced to pull back. A bunch of those Wolverines do get EMP'd there, and I'm flatlining on cash, don't have any resources. Marv getting low on health. Wolverines getting targeted down by the Venoms, by the Enlightened squads. Supersonic airstrike hits all my Venoms, those go down, and more EMPs landing on this Marv, but there are no more Wolverines for him. So now my Enlightened squads can kill this Marv and chase down the remaining behemoths. There's also Venoms, 1 or 2 of them. I really need 2 or 3 to deal with any hammerheads he may have rallying to this location, but there are Wolverines still out, as well as a wall of watchtowers. There's 3 watchtowers there, which are going to pose a big threat to my Enlighten, but one of my Enlighten goes heroic. Super effective, this attack. Able to destroy the Marv, able to destroy the Wolverines, the Hammerheads, and now the Behemoths. And since Master Kane get the cybernetic leg Saboteurs, I'm going to quickly send the Saboteurs to the front line to capture these Behemoth husks, because I don't have any production anymore for vehicles. Really the only vehicles I can get at this point are from these Behemoth husks. So I'm going to capture these husks, EMPing the watchtowers, the heroic Enlighten, killing all of those units and defenses. Another AP ammo watchtower comes down. And remember guys, this is AP ammo. This is unnerfed AP ammo watchtowers. They're dealing a lot of damage, but the heroic Enlighten can tank a ton of it. And since Behemoths have a garrison slot, I'm gonna put my heroic one in a safe spot and inside of this Behemoth. Now this Behemoth has a heroic Enlighten squad inside of it. How often do you see that Wolverine getting immediately sniped there by it? So any units such as Pitbulls or Wolverines will not be able to threaten my Behemoths. More husks will be captured. Venom sweeping in, and I really have to go in for the kill at this point because I don't have any way of transitioning out of this. I can only go infantry, I can only go vehicles, but I do have my supercharged particle beam upgrade, so I can build really all that I need at this point. More Saboteurs coming in. Those are upgraded with cybernetic legs. Very fast engineers. Very great for husk reclamation. Behemoths will be moving in. I can't really deal with this APM anymore, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make use of these garrison slots, and now I have all my Behemoths loaded up with the Enlighten plus anti-infantry from above. I can even summon in the Shadow Team support power for in a ground-based anti-infantry if I need it. There's an avatar there. That's really the only Nod vehicle that you see in this game. And Senna decides to call it in there, losing to the very same army he pushed me with. The cybernetic leg, Enlighten transition, the all-in, selling that tier 3, selling that MCV definitely paid off, and I was able to take that game there. I thought it was a pretty short and intense game. I was really chuffed by that. That worked out so well. I sold my base and I was able to capitalize on that window of opportunity because he couldn't retreat his Marv or Behemoths. He obviously thought he could win there because he had a ton of Wolverines and Hammerheads, but I was able to trap the Hammerheads, and unfortunately I lost all my Venoms, but at the end of the day I did come through and win that. So yeah guys, this is it for me. Hope you all enjoyed this video. I have more videos to come. There's some more awesome games I want to showcase. Really do stay tuned. Anyways, this is it for me, Master Sleeve, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace out.